Welcome to Harmonic Massage. We will be using the symbol and the sound of Om. Om, the sacred, mystical Sanskrit word. Om is the breath of God, the first sound of creation.
There will come a time when a disease condition will not be described as it is today by physicians and psychologists, but will be spoken of in musical terms, as one would speak of a piano that was out of tune.
After your client is situated on the table, you can allow them to hear the sound of Om. First, activate the tuning fork, and then let the sound reverberate. Don't let it touch the pillow or their ears, but let it play out for the full 30 seconds. The brain will take the sound of Om and it will send these waves to every cell in the body. The innate wisdom of the body will guide it to where it is most needed. There are 3 points on the top of the head, governing vessel 19, 20, and 21. These points help relieve nasal congestion, dizziness, headaches, depression, and calms the spirit. It's also very good for treating insomnia. The first spot to activate on the face is the bladder 2 on the tips of the eyebrows. This spot treats headaches, allergies, and acute lower back pain, basically preparing the body for the back massage. GB14 in the middle of the forehead treats headaches, nausea, and sinuses. Because we're going to be turning the client over, we wanted to make sure we had some points that are relative to helping the sinuses. This way, when they turned over, they wouldn't have any problems breathing. If time allows, we can even do the points on the side of the eyes. They help almost everything that you can imagine going on with your eyes. Governing vessel under the nose is also good for sinuses and also prepares the back. Under the lip, conception vessel, that's good for lockjaw, strengthening the neck. It is a major relaxing point, and it also prepares the client for a beneficial massage. These 2 points down the midline of the body are highly recommended by the Swiss mathematician Hans Cousteau, who actually discovered how these frequencies related to the planets. He said that if you put the Om fork on the 2 points, conception vessel 17 and conception vessel 12, that the body will much more quickly absorb the Om frequency, bringing it to balance. At this point, ask your client to take a couple of deep breaths. Allow them to exhale. This is when real relaxation sets in. Starting on the right side for women and the left for men, put the forks on the SI3 spot, also known as the psychological reversal point. Allow the full 30 seconds of the vibration to continue. Crossing over now to the opposite foot, which would be called the balancing point, we'll be using bladder 62, the spot directly underneath the ankle. Activating the forks first, placing them on the bladder 62, creating an energy that allows every part of the body that is deficient to be filled and everything that has too much energy to be deleted. It is a fabulous balancing tool. Now I'm moving up to the SI3 point directly above it, creating a cosmic octave in effect. We start on the right hand, move to the left foot, go up to the left hand, and now down to the right foot. We will activate bladder 62 now, underneath the ankle on the left foot. This completes all 4 points, but in order to make it a cosmic octave, I'm going to close it off by ending it at the starting point. "30 seconds in each spot. Now I'm ending it right where I started, creating the cosmic octave. A very healing procedure. An important point on the back is at the hairline, gallbladder 20, located just below the occipital ridge. This point assists with high blood pressure, sore shoulder muscles, and also with insomnia. Just beneath that point, a little bit closer to the center of the spine, is bladder 10. This point is also good for neck pain, but it works for sore throat as well. Continuing down the spine, following your intuition, you can either remain close to the spine, within the spinous process, or outside, which would be closer to the bladder meridians. The Om sound will travel wherever it is needed, so it is not that important that you're on the exact spot. All areas in the upper back will welcome the Om sound. B15, in the center of the back, right near the center of the shoulder blades, is one of the most effective points for anxiety. Since we're living in a very anxious time, I always make sure I hit that area several times, just to be sure we have enough Om sound to calm us all down. The tuning forks also allow for more blood flow. They awaken the nerves deep inside and under the surface of the skin. Tuning forks on the skin is also a wonderful thing. It allows for the toxins to be released instantly. We are only now becoming aware of how many toxins are brought in through the skin, and the second the tuning fork touches the skin, the largest organ, the organ that we live in, it allows for these toxins to be released.
Touch is the sense that truly brings it home.
Continue using the tuning forks all the way down the spine, eventually making it to the area of the sacrum. The sacrum is the most sacred part of the body. When you get to the sacrum area, place one fork in the center of the sacrum and the other at the base of the skull, dead center. Allow this sound to run for the full 30 seconds. Again, close with the sound of Om at the ears. This portion is not for massage therapists because you already know how to give a back massage. This is for somebody who's just venturing into the unknown world of trying to do a massage on someone that they know or love. As you can see, I'm spreading the coconut oil very gently using long strokes that are called effleurage. It's always good to do the same stroke 3 times. Don't worry if you don't do it right, because the person you love will just be glad that you're touching them. Try and get the oil evenly spread completely over the whole back area. It's important to infuse your own loving energy as you do it. What I'm doing now is called thumb stripping. I'm taking my thumbs and basically running them down on both sides of the spine, right in the spinous process area. Again, I will come back up and down and try and do each one of these 3 times. At this point, you're going to move to one side. I like to do something like this to transition. What we're going to do now is called kneading, kind of like you're kneading dough. And if you notice, my hands are moving kind of like a Pac-Man move, so that you grab some of the skin each time. Again, you go up and down the spine 3 times. It seems to be the magic number. At this point, I'm going to be using my thumbs all around the shoulder blades, just a little area at a time, so it takes a while to work your way through the edge of the shoulder blades. The muscles underneath the shoulder blades are very hard to reach, so what we're doing is trying to get some beautiful movement of blood flow and oxygen under there. After you work that area with your thumbs, you can smooth it all out. What I'm doing now is using both palms of my hands to run from the base of the spine up near the center of the spine and down the shoulder. You can see I'm using both hands at this point, putting quite a bit of pressure. Now I'm using them separately, giving a completely different feel. Again, 3 times. Now I'm actually using my forearm to press deeply in kind of a compression move, running my elbow up the spine and down the shoulder. This one feels really good. And you may not be able to do it if you don't have a massage table, but you can massage if someone is laying on the bed or even on the side of a couch. You can just take these moves. You don't have to worry about being specific, but just try and move around the blood and the muscles in a long, flowing, and loving move. Of course, an ideal environment is to have a massage table, mostly for the therapist, because it's your back that will be hurting if you're on the floor or, kneeling. Anyone can give a back massage to those that they love. Touch is one of the most healing possible things that we can do as long as there's love involved. Working through the hands and the fingers, making sure that you rub each finger separately and the palm of the hand. You can use a little bit more pressure in the palm of the hand than you would on the arm even. Can see how I'm touching each finger gently. Also, you can adjust the speed of the massage. When you want to relax someone, you go a lot slower. Sometimes people are getting ready for a sports event, and they'll, in a sports massage, be moving much quicker. They're trying to wake the body up. But usually, a Swedish massage is trying to calm someone down, removing a lot of the stress of the day. You can see here I'm starting at the base of the spine, working my way up the back and then down the arm. Now I'm working on the lower back. The lower back holds an awful lot of stress for us. And what you want to do is just make a few circular motions. This technique is called raking. You're actually pulling like a rake. You're grabbing the skin with your fingers, allowing a lot of movement in the muscle area. There are so many muscles in the back. This allows them to be lubricated, causing a lot less muscle spasm and strain. Before you move to the other side, it's always important to transition, going back down the main area of the spine. What I'm doing now is called shiatsu. It's time now, as we walk our way down the back of the legs, to know that we have many meridians running through the legs. We're treating them all: spine, kidney, and now you want to feel to the exact back of the knee. This spot not only feels very good, but it's highly therapeutic for several things. Next, we're going to go to the middle of the calf. This helps a lot with muscle spasms, so I use both forks for the full 30 seconds. You can pretty much feel with your hands where the dead center of the calf is. If you prefer, you can lift the sheet. We're preparing the body for working on the feet. One of the spots that I love the most is the tip of the heel. When you place the tuning forks on the tip of the heel, they actually sound louder than any other part of the body. It's as though the whole body becomes an antenna. This is awakening the feet to the treatment that is to follow. The first spot that we'll be doing on the feet, after we gently welcome the feet, is the kidney 1 point. It's right in the center of the foot. This point, the beginning of the kidney meridian, actually runs all the way up the body right to the collarbone, which is the K27 point. Right now, I'm working on the very tip of the tiny toe, bladder 67, allowing the sound to run into the feet. This spot is very good for the sinuses. Now I'm actually using the tuning fork on the big toe. That point on the pad of the big toe goes all the way to the pituitary gland in the brain. What I'm doing now is working around the top of the foot. There are several meridians there, and in reflexology, what we're really doing is working with the neck and shoulders. I'm using one hand to basically support the foot, and the other hand to press the tuning fork in deep enough so that we have a therapeutic effect. K1, right in the center of the ball of the foot, one of the most important points on the body. What I'm doing now is walking down the spine. The spine of the foot, both on the right and the left side, have different meanings inside the body. On that side, we're actually walking down the spine. You notice the tuning fork is walking. It has a full vibration, and I'm ending right there at bladder 67. Bladder 67 also helps with the sinuses. People report their sinuses are great for about 3 days. I like to do this massage every 9 days on people. I always end up closing on the K1 spot. What we're going to do now is to walk our way back up the spine. You could actually repeat the points on the legs, or you can start at the sacrum. It doesn't matter whether you walk quickly up the spine or slowly, depending on whether you're giving an invigorating experience or still relaxing. It doesn't matter whether you use your forks 2 times or 4 times or 6 times. You want to create your own symphony. Each person and each massage will be something different and special, a different song for each client. I always like to close, again, with allowing the client to hear the sound of the Om. At this point, I usually thank them for allowing me to serve them.